everyone, it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women, and this is my next question and answer segment where I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you today. The first question I have is, how frequently should I increase the weights on my sets? For example, I increased the weight on my seated dumbbell shoulder presses today by 5 pounds. I got in a good first set. I squeaked out a second set and only got 7 reps on the third. Should I continue to work at this weight until I can easily complete my 3 sets and then bump? Thank you. Well, I think the way that you're doing it right now is great. Every couple weeks, try to increase your weights by, it could be as little as 2.5 pounds if that is an option. But you're going to have some days where you're going to go into the gym and feel really strong. And on those days, definitely try to push it. Whereas other days you're going to go in and it's going to be a struggle. For example, sometimes I'll go in and I'll do dumbbell shoulder presses and I can get 50s, and other times I struggle with 40s. So take that into consideration too. I always try to think about lifting as heavy as I can for as many reps as I can, but if those reps are more than 12 to 15, then you're going to need to increase the weight. Don't always get so stuck on the number. Think more about how it's feeling too, because that's going to play a big role. You want to get a good pump. You want to increase the blood flow to the area that you're training. So you're on the right track. Just keep doing what you're doing. Oh, and it also helps to kind of write down and journal your workout so that way you can see the progression as well. Is it okay to do plyos or plyometrics for your resting time in between sets? I'm going to see faster results, or am I wasting my time doing plyos when maybe I should do more reps or sets? I'm feeling fluffy and I'm trying to keep my heart rate up to help lose the rest of my stubborn fat. Thanks a million. I think plyometrics are a great thing to add into your training. It's good for a few things. One, if you have a very short period of time to get cardio benefits and strength training benefits, it's a great way to incorporate the two, because it's an active rest and it's pretty difficult. It keeps your heart rate elevated so you burn more calories during your workout. The other thing is it can definitely increase the intensity of your workout. So if you're doing, let's say you're doing barbell squats and then you superset that with 30 seconds to a minute of jump squats, and then you rest for a minute or two and then repeat it, it's going to be a lot more difficult than if you're just doing barbell squats. But if you're trying to lose fluff, that can help, but diet is going to play a huge role in that. So 80% of your results are going to have to come from what you're eating. But yeah, try it out. I love incorporating plyometrics. Is it possible to weigh more but have less body fat, or does weight loss and a decrease in body fat go hand in hand? If you have 2 people who both weigh 140 pounds, and one person has a lot of muscle, and one person doesn't have a lot of muscle, the person who's 140 pounds without a lot of muscle is going to appear bigger than the person who has more muscle. And that can be deceiving, because you would think that just because this person is smaller, that their weight is going to be different. Muscle per square foot, if you have the same amount of muscle and the same amount of body fat, muscle is going to weigh more than the body fat. And it's denser, but it takes up less space. So that's why weighing yourself and being so concerned about what the scale says isn't exactly an accurate measure of your progress. You could be gaining lean muscle tissue, and that could be keeping your weight at the same point. Even though your measurements are different, you can see more definition, your clothes fit looser. So take those into consideration too. To an extent, weight loss and a decrease in body fat work together. But there will be a point where the weight loss will slow and you'll still be seeing results. So yes, to answer your question, yes. Hi Nicole, I'm just wondering, I am looking at training for my second half marathon, but I also love my strength training. I am already training 6 days a week, so how many days do you think I should run and strength train? Should I run one day and then strength train the next, or train twice a day? If you're doing a shorter run, 3 to 5 miles, then I would say, yeah, you could weight train later in the afternoon. But if you're doing a long run on the weekend, I wouldn't go back to the gym. Be careful not to overtrain when you're doing that, and also make sure that you're fueling your body properly. I would say 4 days of weight training and then the rest of the time focusing on your run, because that's what your number one goal is, would be a sufficient amount of time to incorporate the two. I am trying to lose weight and have an underactive thyroid. I can't afford a gym or a trainer. I have weights and a treadmill at home. Any suggestions as I'm finding no matter what I do, it's not working. Not sure if it's the thyroid problem that's stopping the weight loss. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Well, number one, if you have an underactive thyroid, you need to see your doctor, because if you're not properly medicated and getting those numbers in the normal ranges, that can definitely hinder your weight loss. However, if you have already been that route and things are showing up normal, I would focus more so on your diet. If you're already weight training and you're already incorporating cardio on a consistent basis, you can do that without going to the gym, then you're already on the right track, but you're going to see the most progress with the change in the way you eat. And I say that all the time, but I cannot stress it enough. The way you eat is the way you look. So abs are made in the kitchen, my friends. All right, guys, those are my questions for this week. Until next week, keep asking your questions on the FitnessRx for Women Facebook page, and I'll be back here every Friday to answer them for you. Until then, keep living the fit life.